Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Show. I'm your host, Muhammad Siddique. And today we have a special guest, Rob Smith. He is the president and founder of Tgn Funding from Atlanta, Georgia. He specializes in car financing, and he is going to share with us all the secrets of how we can actually maximize the outcome on a car financing business. You have no idea how much car dealers make from their financing, okay? So, Rob, welcome.
Glad to be here. Good morning.
Yeah. Rob, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that you end up in starting with this financing business?
You know, actually, it's a long story, but I got in the financing business back in the early 90s. I had grown up in the auto industry and fell in love with the financing side of it. And then truly loved the idea of helping those that really needed the help, folks that either had limited credit or some blemishes on their credit. We really got excited about helping those folks get the financing that they needed.
Okay, good. So you are in that situation somehow yourself. You really felt the need for that one, or you just happen to
It's funny, like most ventures, things, life happens, and sometimes you get taken into a different direction, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how this happened. I had started doing some business with a finance company way back in 1990, and they liked the way that we conducted our business from the car sales perspective, and they actually asked me to start brokering for them and finding more car dealers for their financing, and it took about a year of me saying no, and finally they talked me into it, and then it was off to the races from then.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
So I mean, we've actually done loans in over 33 states for about 2,500 different car dealers over the years.
2,500 car dealers, so inside out how to do the right way and how to do the scammy way, and I'm sure you have done the right way. Is that right?
Hey, trust me when I tell you, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. I have financed cars for people that didn't exist, from car dealerships that didn't exist.
Oh my God!
I mean, okay. It's a lot tougher for that to happen nowadays. But back then, I mean, it was the wild, wild west.
Yeah. So Rob, while you are with us, I'm going to be greedy here. I'm going to snatch all of your knowledge from you with your permission. And the first one is the consumer. The person who is watching this, they want to buy. We are in a very interesting time right now. If they are buying a new car or a used car, are they going to get a good deal on their financing, or this is completely different what they're thinking?
I think they're going to get a great deal on the financing. I do not think they will not get a great deal on the price of the automobile. Absolutely. I mean, so, interest rates are obviously very, very low, right?
Yeah.
So, they can certainly take advantage of the financing that the captives have, and even some of the, local banks and credit unions. But the inventory levels are so low on the new car side. I mean, the dealers have to make a profit on it because they're not going to get any more really till the end of August or the first week of September. So levels are getting, desperately low. So what's happening? So what that means is the used car side of the business is really flourishing right now. And just because of, basically, supply and demand, the prices of those used cars at a wholesale level are going up around the country. So again, I think somebody can get a great financing package, but they're going to have to pay a little bit more for that automobile right now.
So it's a little bit more, 2%, 3%, or like a little bit more than that?
No, I mean, it just depends on the situation. I mean, there's plenty of 0% down, and no payments for 90 days. There's lots of that out there right now on new car financing. Again, rates are very, very low. So if you have excellent credit, you're going to be able to get a rate of probably, 2 or 3%, maybe a little bit higher. And of course, if you have some blemishes, the APR is going to go up depending on how bad those blemishes are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in the COVID-19 times, reality is many people are credit is being affected, or maybe utilization is very high right now, based on what the situations are. So that's going to affect on their funding sources as well at the same time.
Of course it will. Of course it will. For those that have lost jobs, I mean, it's going to be difficult to even get financing right now. Even though they're getting a lot higher unemployment, than they would be normally, right? Yeah. But that'll be ending in July.
Yeah. Okay. The 47 million people are unemployed, because as of I was reading the other day, there's a huge number. It's not a small number. So what are the top 3 tips would you recommend to a consumer if they want to buy a car in the next 90 days?
Well, the first thing they need to do is they need to call me so I can find them the best deal. Okay. And we like to do that through our auto buying service, since we know everybody. Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing, but if they want to do it themselves, I would say, do most everything online, research the manufacturer that you want. I mean, there's so many wonderful websites now, either at the dealership level, at the manufacturer level. You got the Carvanas of the world, that will, do the entire transaction on your computer. It really just depends on what you want to do. I mean, the dealerships are going way beyond the call of duty to keep you safe, to make sure that the social distancing is in place. You can wear a mask, you can not wear a mask. They're going to be there to take care of your needs. But the biggest thing is just finding the automobile that's going to suit your needs. And there's still plenty of inventory to get that done. That's number one. Number two, I'd recommend getting pre-approved either from your own bank or from your credit union, unless you're planning on going through, the captive arm of the manufacturer. That way you can go in and negotiate from a position of strength. You're not at the dealership's mercy for them to try to get you the best deal, because then, emotions get involved. And when we get emotional, we have a tendency to make emotional decisions that are not normally as, good to our pocketbook as it should be.
What's one more? Third one?
Shop around. Shop around.
Okay. Rob, I appreciate all the information. Tell us more about your first one, the buying car from you, you don't own any dealerships. So people actually go to different sites or go to the dealer directly. They don't go to the funding source to start with.
As we were talking about before, I was in my previous life, I was a Chevrolet dealer as well as a Buick GMC dealer. Right. Yeah. So I've always had a foot in the auto dealership business. So I know every dealer in town. I do business with, over a few hundred, here in Metro Atlanta and across the Southeast. So I can always save you money on what you're trying to get. I mean, I helped a guy that lived in Queens, New York, last year get a new, Yukon Denali. Do I know any dealers up there? No. But a car guy is a car guy. So I just got him on the phone, found the vehicle that they wanted. I went ahead and negotiated the best price for him up front, and we enjoy doing that. Part of the global network I was telling you about, the biggest aspect of that club was that you could buy big ticket items at wholesale prices. So what I'm saying is, let me use my 35 years experience in this industry, get you the best price and the best financing up front and save you time and money.
So how much someone has to pay you for that service, or just funding is really take care of all that part?
Yeah. $200 is the fee for that.
That's it?
That's it.
And you will work on, they can choose any car at any dealer. You can still negotiate on their behalf for $200.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, I mean, $200 is fair because it only takes me about 15 minutes.
You are that good, Rob? I didn't know this.
Now, you know.
Thank you, Rob. So
You're welcome.
I'm sure in this interesting time, again, there are so many challenges every business is having. How to grow? What are the challenges your business is facing right now, and how you are overcoming to grow?
Our business is in kind of a transition period. We have been buying loans and then immediately, selling them to some of the buyers around the country. That market, it hasn't dried up, but everybody's trying to steal loans right now. Steal. Yeah, buy them for a lot less than they normally would be able to get them for, right?
Yeah,
which obviously messes with my yield. So what we're looking to do now is to start financing a little bit nicer car with a little bit nicer customer for a little bit longer term. So we're talking to partners around the country, about helping with some capital to do that. Again, we've been doing this for a long, long time. So we're getting lots of investment bankers are getting excited about it. So it's just a matter of us picking out who we want to do that business with. And we're also launching a new division next week to help franchise car dealers open up their own auto finance division. Car dealers are struggling right now. They have lost market share. I think in our last conversation, I had told you when the COVID hit, I mean, a lot of those dealerships lost 50% of their business. So anything that I can do to help them become more profitable and stay in business, I certainly want to do that. Car dealers are pillars of the community. They're always giving back. They're always, helping out the nonprofits and the less fortunate. So I want to do what I can to help them stay in business. If I can show them how to open up their own auto finance company, and it's really kind of a private label deal that I do for them. It becomes their most profitable department. And of course we get to capitalize, on their profits.
Okay, so the most profitable department, I heard that's the service department. So this financing is bigger than that one?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you're absolutely right. Yeah, in the dealership business, the service department's the most profitable department. Them doing their own financing, of course, with my tutelage, is way more profitable than the service department.
Understood. So, Rob, I'm going to be blunt and ask you a direct question. Why someone should consider to do a financing with you? Then there are many other companies that are competing for the same business. Why you?
I think it's all about relationships. If somebody has some blemishes on their credit, a lot of these other finance companies, quite frankly, do not treat them very well. They belittle them. They talk down to them. They bully them. They do all these things. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't treat anybody that way. We don't see color. We treat all of our customers like they're kings and queens because we're grateful for the opportunity to serve them. And it's not just lip service. I mean, I could give you reference after reference after reference that we treat people the way they want to be treated.
Wonderful. That they want to be treated, not how you want to be treated, how they want to be treated. That's a really slick one. So in a car buying business, mostly the consumer, the buyer does not trust the car salesman. That's
very, very true.
Yeah. So how working with you can actually reestablish their mindset? Hey, you are working for their benefit, not the typical car salesman mindset to get you the most from the pocket.
Well, you know what? I think you just hit the nail on the head. I mean, when they're joining with me, to help solve a problem, I'm going to be their advocate. Okay. So we're just working for them, and the dealership, they just have the vehicle that we need, and they need to move all of them, right? So, and from the dealer's perspective, they want to do business with me because I know that I'll send them a lot of business. Okay. So they don't mind taking a little bit of a haircut to do business with me because they know that I know the dealership right across the street. And that gives the consumer the confidence that I'm going to get them the best deal.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. As an example, someone is buying some car with $30,000. They already kind of negotiated based on what they know about negotiation, because we all think we know negotiation. However, they are doing it one every 5 years or 10 years, So, yeah. And they think they can decide on that car. However, if they call you, you can take a 30,000 to 10% off, 5% off, or sometimes $200 off, or what, just to get the idea of that.
Every situation is unique and different. Again, because of the type of collateral that they're wanting to buy, it may be a hot piece. It may not be such a hot piece. Okay. But normally I can save somebody at least $1,500 over the best deal they've already negotiated.
Wow, $1,500, paying you $200. This is for them just exchange of money, saving net profit, yes, right then and there. And with Absolutely. On the top of the best financing you're going to do with them based on their situation.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so and it's not only on the price of the car. If they want to buy some ancillary products, a service contract, gap insurance, that sort of stuff, I'm also going to negotiate the price of those products, because properly priced, insurance is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So if I can save them a point on their financing, that might save them another $20 every month on that car payment.
Yeah,
because as we know, 90% of everybody that buys a car finances it.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day.
Understood. So right. We are on this interview because Muhammad Aslam, our team member, has recommended us to talk. So what would you give us the bonus tip, which the consumer and the dealer like to work with you? One tip.
Proven track record.
Proven track record.
The dealers around the country know that we're going to work very, very hard for them. We're going to be transparent. Mm-hmm. We're going to help them make money, or we're going to help them save money. On the consumer side, again, we've been doing this a long, long time, and the proof's in the pudding. Yep. All I can say is give us a try.
Understood. Give us a try. So in case you are still watching this, that means you really want to try out Rob Smith. You are a dealer. Go ahead and send an email message to this link, m.me/meet Siddique. I'm going to put in the description in the comments as well. So you can click on the link, go to Messenger and ask for Rob Smith, and we are going to connect you with Rob Smith. Very, very simple. So Rob, we are about to wrap up. What would you say as a final word?
Well, listen, it's it's Friday. We got a weekend coming up. We got a holiday coming up. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with you and to speak with everybody that's in on the video today. And It's just a pleasure. And again, I would love to do everything I can. Excuse me, hang on. Yeah, and anything I can do to help you, it would certainly be my pleasure.
Wonderful. Rob, thank you so much. I really appreciate coming on the Growth Hacking Show. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Muhammad Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia.